Hi everybody. This part right here is going to deal with guide hairs. Um, Now you notice that when you bring your skull cap in, you got your hair, and sometimes when you bring the hair in, it automatically um, adds a lot of guide hairs. You don't need this many unless you have a really specific, really complicated hairstyle you're doing. You don't need this many guide hairs. Let's go ahead and lose these. I'm pushing the minus and Uh, yeah, let's go from right to left. That was your minus. We're going to do the plus. And let's go ahead and bring this down. Push control. And this is going to bring this down. And let's not show generated hairs. And if I have any suggestion for the next version of Carrera, a zoom to option on this would be awesome. See that? Now you notice everything's not quite hinky. Let's go ahead and push symmetry, kapow, and now everything's going to be symmetrized on each side. That's another thing too. When you have this geometry in here, just this amount of geometry, when you do symmetry, it's going to go right on there. It's not going to get messed up. Some of the not the tune figures, but the Millennium figures, Victoria, Michael, all those guys. When I bring them in here, they don't seem to symmetrize right, and that could be a problem with my machine. But yeah, and this is actually a lot of guide hairs, but we can probably do something with them. Ooh, see that? This will happen sometimes. Take your pointer tool, and this is probably going to be your best hairstyling uh, tool. As you pull this, let's go ahead and select them all. As you pull this, you notice the guide hairs bend just a little bit. This is a good thing. This is going to help you with your hairstyling. Take this. Well, you don't need to select the whole thing, just half. Oh, come on, baby. Well, take that and bring that in. Oh, no, I didn't select that one part, but we're not going to worry about that too much. Bring that in. Bring this in. And this is going to be your best hairstyling uh, tool. We have our hair back a little bit. Looks pretty good so far. And yikes, do you see that? This before we go on with the symmetrized part or the guide hair part, see how thick the hairs are? I'm using large hair. Uh, we don't need we don't need it to be that large. What we can do is go to medium. Let's see what we got here. No, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Normally, when you go to a smaller hair size, there's going to be a lot of gaps in there, and you can fill those in by using your scaling tool. Now, this is large. Let's do the large one again. That's before. And now let's do medium at 10. Let's render. And it looks exactly the same. See that? Let's go ahead and make this 5. Half that value. Yeah, it still looks kind of rough because it's bending. But you see how it thins a little bit? Values from 0 to 10, take it to the next size up. So we got a medium hair. Let's go back to 2. Just to kind of keep it right. And that looks more like hair. See that? Well, not color aside, but excuse me. Go back in hair. Let's see how it looks here. Show generated hairs. And we're good to go. Now moving left, we got our drape tool. And depending on, with all these tools, whenever you select something and you want to apply one of these tools to it, it'll manipulate according to, oh, well, except for that one, I guess. Make a liar out of me. Most of them, they'll only affect the selected hairs. Drape tool, I guess, is like the dynamics draping. Oh, right there. But it's easy access right there. And you're not going to use that as much as you think you're going to use it. If you think you're going to use it a lot. I did, and you don't. Let's see, we got our drape tool, we got our even hair segments. I don't really use this a whole lot, so yeah. But yeah, it kind of it seems to do something, but the hair doesn't really change that much. See that? A little bit, but not that much. Uh, let's see, even hair segments. Oh, the reset tool. Now, this is one of those ones, if you want to reset a certain part of it, just select the hairs that you want to reset, and these are the only ones that move, the ones that you selected. Do it to this one. Kapow. Oh, it's kind of thin. There it goes. See that? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's kind of spiky hair, and you can tell now that it's gone, now that we've gone medium hair, and it depends on how small your figure is, that that matters. But notice how nice and feathery it looks, kind of blow dried, and that's kind of what we want. Let's go back in here. Reset the clump tool. Now the clump tool, depending on what you select any of your hairs and then clump it. Let's lose that. Oh, come on now. Use your clump tool, and it's going to clump the hairs together that you selected. And check this out. Go to your tool, disable symmetry, select them all again. It's time to select them all, and they'll start moving toward each other. See that? And it doesn't look so free. It looks, kind of combed a little bit. See that? Okay. And let's see, we got our clump tool, we got our curl tool. Now I have curly hair, so this one is kind of my holy grail, I guess. I really want to try and get some curly hair. And this will help you get there, but your shaders help more. So yeah, it just kind of curls it up a little bit. And if you're doing, there it goes. You can do the frequency at X, get some really high values there. And that goes from ear to ear. That makes the curl go from ear to ear. Your Y frequency is from back of your head to the front of your head. The way it curls and the way it bends. Do that. You get some really wild values. Let's go back, get the symmetry back on there. There we go. And see, now see that? Let's see what else we got. We got the smooth tool. This is the antithesis of this tool right here. Let's go ahead and do smooth. And this, what this does is it takes the harsh curves or the harsh bends out of your hair. And we're only using like 4 segments per hair. You increase the segments, you get more curl, you get more smoothing. See that? And let's see what else we got. We got push, and this one I don't use a whole lot. If you have your value set kind of low, 0.05, it'll yikes, yeah, that's still a whole lot. Do that again. 2.01, the default value, which is really kind of small, and it still kind of brings it out a little bit, but it just kind of pushes it out from the scalp. It kind of stands it up, and I don't know if you can get lower values. but we're not going to try. But I don't use this a whole lot, but as in never. I try to manipulate the hair a lot, but this pushes your hair back out. The haircut tool. Let's do this. Now this one's really kind of important. If you do your haircut tool, what you do if you have a male hairstyle, you want to go kind of short here. You can get exact lengths by using a different tool that I'll show you. But this kind of brings us out there. Now we got kind of a buzz cut thing happening. Symmetrize. Always make sure everything's symmetrized. Jump back over there. Haircut tool, your straighten tool. That goes according to selection. See that? It's gonna. Oh, come on, baby. Sometimes it does it just how you want it. Other times it don't. This isn't curly enough to really make that much of a difference, I guess. Let's see that. Let's see the hair comb tool. So this is one of these ones you're not going to use as much as you think you would, because you can use your pointer tool and get the stuff that you want, but it does have a tendency to brush things over each other. Your front hairs get combed over the back, the farther back hairs, that kind of thing, and it's pretty cool. But you'll use your pointer tool a lot more, I think. There we go. I'm going to kind of make it even. There we go. That got the straighten, comb, and the link tool. This one right here is kind of the default value in your tool. Whenever you go to use it, it goes to 0, and you're thinking, what's going on here? That's because the length is set to 0. Set it to 1, and it goes back up again. Density paint. This is kind of cool. I don't use this part of it. I always have used that when I have messed with it. I pretty much have my densities already mapped out, but you can do your density. Let's minimize some of the density. Go minus. Since it's all white, minus is going to make it black. This is going to take your density down in the back. See that? Give you a bald spot if you want one, or just real thin area for hair. Let's go ahead and put that back. And once you do it, you got to kind of paint it a little bit. But now your hair is back. Yikes. Might have to go denser on the hair. And lastly but not leastly, this is the one you'll probably use this first in a lot of cases. This maps out your hair. You notice I didn't put that there. This makes it to where whatever this selects excuse me, is where the hair is gonna go. Excuse me, golly, is where the hair is gonna go. And yeah, that's pretty much your tools on this side. We're gonna continue on with the shaders, which is another way that you'll get to get your hair shape or your hairstyle. So anyway, that's it for this time. I'm Cripeman, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.